We have to start with some breaking news. The Indiana Pacers, they have acquired all-star forward Pascal Siakam in a 3-team deal that sends Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, and 3 first-round picks to the Toronto Raptors. That's what sources told our Adrian Wojnarowski.
This video is coming out about a week late, but I don't care. I had to make it anyways. What did you think? Did you actually think I was gonna go by this whole entire thing not making a video? Pascal Siakam has been traded to the Indiana Pacers. The Raptors get back Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, Kira Lewis, 3 first-round picks, a second-round pick. I think the Pelicans probably get cash considerations. I'm happy. I'm absolutely. This is the happiest been. I do kind of wish I recorded this a few days ago because I would have been much more enthusiastic. Now I've had time to think about it and actually take it in, and now I'm like, yeah, I'm ready, man. This is the new era of the Raptors, I guess I could say, because we had that championship run, we had that core, they were good. And we made the playoffs. We had one decent run and then a first round exit. But still, we were a good team. And then Van Vliet gone, Powell traded, Lowry traded, OG traded, Kawhi left as well, of course, and Gasol retired. Ibaka, I'm pretty sure he retired. A lot happened. And now all that was left was Pascal Siakam. So it was it was his time to go. It was honestly his time to go. And I've been preaching for him to get traded for the past who knows how many months. If you've been watching the channel, you know I made a video asking for him to get traded months ago. Top right corner, you feel me? Or one of these corners, one of them. But you feel me? It's great. It's honestly great. That's just the base. Wow, he got traded. Good. Now let's look at it from both sides. Of course, since I'm a Raptors fan, I'm going to look at it from the Raptors side first of all. We gave up Pascal Siakam, which honestly, he was an expiring deal. So, of course, the Raptors didn't want to re-sign him. He wanted to re-sign him. He was ready to re-sign. He was going to spend his lifetime as a Raptor. Nobody ever traded him. But we just didn't do it. We let him go. We got back Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora, Kira Lewis, 3 first-round picks and a second. And the biggest thing really is those 3 first-round picks. 2 of them being in the 2024 draft class and 1 being in 2026. The 2024 ones are, I think, the Clippers Thunder swap worst pick and the Pacers pick. The Pacers are already a pretty good team. I mean, they're in the play-in, but that pick's gonna be in the maybe late teens, early 20s range. And the Clippers pick, Clippers/Thunder, no matter what, it's gonna be a late first round pick. So people saw this and were like, oh man, they're trading for late first round picks. What's the point of even doing it? Remember what Masai has done with late first round picks and even second round picks. If you look at the past for Masai, Norman Powell was the second round pick. Fred VanVleet undrafted, Siakam late first round pick, OG Anunoby late first round pick. But you get the point. He can make good things out of these late first round picks. When you see from that angle, you can see Masai actually making something work with this. This is honestly a good trade because with the OG deal, of course, we got young players back, and with this deal, we get picks. And those are the 2 things that when you're rebuilding, you want most of all. You want young players and you want picks. And we got both of those just by trading these 2 maybe slightly in their prime. I guess, yeah, you could say these 2 players, very good players, just about in their prime, maybe a little past it, but still really, really good. You got back a decent haul because you add in this package with the OG package. Some people would look at the OG package and say, why did you get back more for OG than you did for Siakam? But you also got to understand Siakam's on an expiring deal, which does lessen his trade value. But his play over the past few months has been ridiculous, which ups his trade value, which is why we were able to get this much back for him. I did want, because I heard that we were in trade talks with the Pacers before, so I did want a guy Jarris Walker, he doesn't really play, so I don't know if I really wanted him. But I did want, what's his name? Ben Mathurin. It's okay though. It's okay. I just wanted Ben Mathurin because one, he's Canadian, and two, he's cool. I like him. And I liked him ever since he got drafted. But here we have Bruce Brown instead. And it is being talked about that Bruce Brown may get traded to a third team. Possibly. I mean, I'm not complaining because if I'm being honest, the real reason we traded Siakam, we didn't need any more pieces really on the team. Because already the team is pretty good. The team is pretty full. We got Scottie as our main young star, rising star. RJ, who has been doing amazing over the past few games. Emmanuel, I'm going to talk more about that actually. Emmanuel Quickly, we got Gary Trent, they are saying Gary Trent might get traded too, but we got Dan Schroeder, we got Jakob Poeltl, we got Grady, I'm going to talk about that. Okay, I might as well talk about it like very soon, but you get the point. I'm not looking for much to get back from this deal, players-wise, because we already got a good amount of players who we can build around. So, I'm not complaining. And now, when you look at just overall logistics-wise,
what?
I don't even know if that makes sense because I don't know the definition meaning of logistics. So I'm gonna search it up right now.
One eternity later.
So I guess logistics-wise would make sense in that context. Logistics-wise, getting Siakam off the team just opens up so much more for our team. Because Siakam was our main star. He was our number one option. He was getting the ball in most situations, and he was getting a lot of touches every game. Now you take Siakam out of the equation. You put in Scottie, you put in RJ, you put in IQ. Those three are the three main options. And those three are getting the most touches every single game. And that's what I'm excited about. I watched one play of the Raptors when they were facing the Heat where they did this. Oh my goodness. It was so beautiful because the ball movement. Before the season, Darko said that he wanted to have a more ball movement oriented offense. And at first I was like, okay, that's cool. But that means you're going to have to trade Siakam because he's a very ISO heavy guy. And they kept Siakam until now, and now they traded him. And I think this is where Darko's offense comes in perfectly because you have shooters, you have playmakers, you have guys who can play defense. You have a perfect system for a young team built around this young star Scottie Barnes. And it's beautiful, especially with Bruce Brown there. Because even when I went back and drafted Grady, I thought he would be perfect for a Warriors type offense because the Warriors offense is like, you know the system, always moving around, guys like Draymond setting screens, Kevin Looney setting screens, Curry and Clay getting open for threes. And I thought Grady would be perfect for that because he was one of the best off-ball movers in the draft and also one of the best shooters in the draft. But the Raptors got him, and I was like, oh, okay. But then they get Darko, and they get Bruce Brown now, who also fits into that Warriors-style offense. And it makes a lot more sense what they're trying to do. They're trying to build a type of off-ball movement type offense where everybody's moving around, everybody's getting the ball, moving the ball around, and it's a very fluid offense really built around Scottie Barnes.
Another pass. Porter puts it on the deck. Wrapped it up.
And I like the sound of that, honestly. And you can't even forget about RJ Barrett because RJ Barrett has been hooping. He was a top 3 pick, 5 years ago? And he's still only 24. So he has room to grow. And he's been hooping recently, man. He's been averaging like 20-something points a game on the Raptors so far. And he's been doing great. And, of course, Emmanuel Quickly. Come on now. RJ Barrett was like the fan pick when I first saw him. And now I see him actually playing for the team. And he's been playing amazing for his country. Like, I can't lie. I'm excited about it. I'm happy about it. Now from the Pacers side of things. They did play, because when the Raptors played their first game without Siakam, they beat the Heat by 40, which I thought was hilarious because it showed that without Siakam, the team is a lot more fluid. And of course, that night they were hitting a ridiculous amount of threes, but still, it was kind of nice to see. And then the Pacers, since they got Siakam, are 0-2. They played against the Blazers and lost. Jeremy Grant dropped almost 40 on them, I think, and he cooked. And Siakam had a good game. He looked good. He provided good things. It's just the defense for the Pacers wasn't there. And that's been one of their biggest issues. They have the best offense in basketball right now, but their defense is not very good. And Siakam's a good defender, so I guess he adds to that cause a little bit. And you have Miles Turner in your defense, who is one of the best defensive players. At least he was. I don't know how he's doing this year, but he was like he's been known as one of the best defensive centers in basketball, at least recently. And aside from that, defense isn't great. Like, you don't have a lot of really locked down defenders on your team. And the Raptors were a team known for their defense over the past few years. They're losing that by losing some of it at least with OG, but they still have Scottie Barnes. They still have Dennis Schroeder. So the Raptors gave up really good defensive pieces, and their defense is still decent. The Pacers gave up a good defensive piece, got back, or they gave up a solid defensive piece, got back a good defensive piece, and their defense is still not good. So it can be said that more moves need to be made for the Pacers. What exactly are those moves? Because what else can they do? They already gave up Jordan Nwora and Bruce Brown for salary filler. So they don't really have much room to work with, because I'm pretty sure Tyrese is already on a big contract. They already got Siakam on a big contract. They already got Miles Turner, I think. But you never know. They can make a little move, maybe get some solid defensive guys for cheap. But we'll see, man. The Pacers, if they don't fix this defensive problem, they're not going to make it far in the playoffs. Because in the playoffs, especially, defense matters. Of course, it's a slightly inaccurate quote, but it is said, offense wins games, defense wins championships. And to an extent, it is true that you need defense to win a championship. So the Pacers, if they are going to go far in the playoffs, I mean, of course, it's their first year of actually being good. So you don't expect much from them. But if they are good, and Tyrese is there, and Siakam's there, and they're both healthy, and they're both playing well, it's just really about the defense. And the defense isn't there. Like, what are they gonna do? I don't know. We'll see. But it's gonna be interesting, man. There are teams like the Nuggets where they had their key players step up in the playoffs defensively, and that could happen for the Pacers as well. But we'll see. So far, though, I still like this trade for both teams. Even through the first few games, especially through the first 2 games of watching it. For the Raptors, Bruce Brown played his first game today. I didn't watch it, but I watched a lot of basketball today, but I didn't watch the Raptors, which is kind of funny. But Bruce Brown played his first game. Right now, if I had to give out grades, I would give the Raptors purely an A. This might be biased, but I think the fact that they got Siakam off the team and got 3 first-round picks back and are now entering this rebuild finally is amazing. And they're not going to be a playing team this year. At least hopefully not. Because they lost to the Grizzlies today, and the Grizzlies don't even have Ja Morant. So they beat the Grizzlies with Ja Morant last time when Siakam was still on the team. But then without Ja Morant, they lost. Interesting. But anyways, the Raptors, I give them a solid A. Purely because they got Siakam off the team, and I like the way the offense is working a lot more now. Even though Siakam was one of your best offensive options and a really good defender, you still have guys now who will have more opportunities. I didn't even get to talk about Grady. Grady gets minutes now, man. Grady finally gets minutes. Because before Siakam was taking a lot of minutes, and of course they're running small because, especially because Jakob Poeltl's injured right now, they just traded away 2 of their wing/forwards, and their center's injured. They have this one guy, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, Jonte Porter. They have him playing center at some points right now. But today's game, they started a lineup, they had in a lineup of Scottie, IQ, RJ, Bruce Brown, and Schroeder. Crazy, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. We'll see what happens. The Pacers trade grade, I guess I'd give them, so far, they haven't won games. So maybe before the games they played, I would have given them like a A- or A. I probably would have given them an A. I'm gonna give them a B+ right now. We still have to wait and see. The defense isn't there, which is still a problem. So until they solve that, then you can't really say nothing too crazy, but we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited to see this new era of Raptors basketball, and I like the Pacers too. I like Tyrese Halliburton. I'm still going to be, of course, I still like Siakam because he played for my team for like past almost a decade. So I'm going to be watching them in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens, man. It's going to be fun. Weirdly enough, Jakob Poeltl is one of the guys from the OG Raptors era who's still here, even though he got traded and now he's back. I mean, he's still here. It's kind of funny. Pacers get a B+, Raptors get an A. And am I biased? Yes. But who cares? I'm a Raptors fan. I don't care. I'm being biased. That's it. I have nothing else to say. I've been recording for 18 minutes. I'm gonna cut a lot of this out. I used to be able to record these and not cut anything out and then just upload it. I'm rusty. But we getting back to it. We gonna be uploading sometimes, and yeah, I have other videos I actually do want to make in this format about like the Thunder, the Timberwolves, and all sorts of other teams, but you know, we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm in a good mood, and especially since Siakam's not on my team anymore. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.